What they do, I am Josh Jones, ESQ, and welcome back to Beats, Rhymes, and Crimes Live. Even if it's your first time, we welcome you back for the first time. Uh, my name is Josh Jones, ESQ, and what we do every week here is we bring you the top stories for law and hip hop that influence the culture. We missed a week last week due to my my sickness. I actually caught COVID. So if you're out here and think COVID is over, it's not. Be careful. And still not 100% today, but I wanted to be able to at least jump back on here with y'all because this is what we do. So as you know, I'm always live from the 305, and Malik Ali LaFlare, he'll be on with us probably in a little bit, but nevertheless, we got a jam-packed show. A lot of stuff was happening between last week and this week that we didn't get a chance to talk about. So if you got any questions about anything, let us know. I don't want to belabor the point, but first, let us know where you're checking in from. So if you're watching on a replay or whether you're watching live, let us know so we can see where you're watching from. Let me see something real quick. All right, this is public. Cool. I already see my dog, Dr. Travis Dion Brock. You know what I'm saying? He's out here helping people who get caught in these storms. We actually had some bad storms out here in Florida, down in South Florida from like Collier County down to Dade County where I'm at. And it's big flood. So we may be seeing the good doctor in our area. And just with that, I want to repeat, like I did the last time, it's that time. It's going to be a lot of people making a lot of money by helping people with these claims. And if you want to learn how to do that with Dr. Travis Brock, get in the DMs and we'll connect you with him. So for sure, I want to say what's happening to my brother. But let's go ahead. I don't even know where to get started at. So I guess we could jump in, man. So do you know about the suitcase killer? A lot of people don't know about the lady who I don't know if anybody's calling her a suitcase killer besides me, but just to give you a little bit of insight, her name is Sarah Boone, right? So I'm going to show you a picture of Sarah Boone. And I guess we could just say we jumping straight into what Florida, because this is a Florida woman. We're gonna do that first. We ain't never did that first, but let me know if you like to have your dessert first sometimes too. It's a little bit more fun that way, right? So yeah, I'm gonna just share a picture with you real quick because I know a lot of people don't know necessarily who she is, but man, Sarah Boone. So essentially, her boyfriend died. She does not have any, she's not saying she didn't do what happened. She's not saying she's not responsible in the sense of having been the person to do it, but she's saying that it was a game, and she got drunk, he got drunk, and she fell asleep while he was still in the suitcase, and he died, right? So she's on like her 8th lawyer right now, and she's having issues with this lawyer as well. This lawyer is looking to withdraw. Because she wrote a 56-page letter to the judge talking about how she needs a lawyer that's going to be able to be nice to her and help her out. But I want to show you because there's video of her boyfriend in the suitcase. So she's saying it was an accident. Other people, obviously, they don't believe that because she's on trial for murder. And that trial is, set to start soon. But yeah, so.
For everything you've done to me. Sarah. For everything you've done to me. Sarah. You. Sarah. You. Sarah. Stupid. Sarah. That's my name. Don't wear it up. I can't breathe, babe. Seriously. Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me. Sarah. 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 Sarah, I can't breathe, babe. That's on you. Sarah, I can't breathe. It's on you. Sarah. Real or ransom. I want to get video for it extra.
Yo, she's talking to the man in the suitcase that you see on the screen. If you just jumped on us, this is Sarah Boone, who I'm calling the suitcase killer if nobody else is. And that's George Torres, her boyfriend, who is speaking from the suitcase.
I can't breathe, babe. Oh. That's what I feel like when you ching on me. Sarah. Breathe, Sarah. Yeah.
Bruh.
You should probably shut up.
Ooh.
Sarah.
So yeah, man. So she said that she fell asleep, that they were drinking, and it was an accident. But you got to be careful what you record. Shout out to my brother, Donnell, Veterans Growing America. I see you doing big things. Man, I can't wait to tune in. He's got a big show that's on PBS. I haven't had an opportunity to view it, but when I get that information, I definitely want to publicize that for y'all, man. Shout out to everything you do in the veterans community, man. Miss seeing you every day, but I know you still grinding, and I love when I get a chance to check in with you. But yeah, man, Sarah Boone, man. So George Torres look like he has a little hue to him, and he's saying I can't breathe, and she's saying, well, that's what you do to me all the time when you choking me out. So you got to be careful what you record. She may have been able to get away with this if there was no video, but it looks like to me she was a devious woman in this scenario based off of that video. I don't know if they're going to be able to get that excluded, but I'm sure that's, very important to her. Whoever her defense attorney is right now, she's on her eighth one. Right now she's on her eighth one. So whoever it ends up being, I know that's of the utmost importance. But yeah, I agree, man. What an awful way to die in a suitcase, bruh. Like playing a game, like I don't know, like it's supposed to be like a safe word. You're supposed to let somebody out. You ain't supposed to just leave them up in that thing like that, bruh. So, we'll keep following, man. But what the Florida was you doing, Sarah? What the Florida? This happened down in Orlando, man. It's supposed to be the land of Disney World, Mickey Mouse. We're supposed to be the most happiest place on earth, and you got my man George Torres dying in a suitcase. Scummy, to say the least. But there's other stuff happening out here. Did y'all hear about what happened with Bun B and his wife? The home invasion a few years ago. It's a crazy story as well. So Bun B, if you don't know, Bun B is one half of the legendary rap group UGK, the Underground Kings. Rest in peace to Chad, who passed away, man, 2007. Time's flying, but Bun B testified against this guy who held his wife at gunpoint during a home invasion, like around 5 years ago. Bun was actually home when it happened. Bun was upstairs. He heard the commotion. He came downstairs, jumped on the dude. They got into a scuffle. Bun actually even was able to shoot him in the shoulder. So the guy ended up going to the hospital. That's how they kind of were able to locate him. So the guy, DeMonte Jackson, is who it was. He pled guilty to the home invasion and robbery, but during the sentencing hearing, his family was saying that he had a low IQ and has mental issues. Obviously trying to get the sentence as low as possible. And then Bun B testified as well, talking about how it has affected his wife. We do have a little bit of video footage of that we're going to pull onto the screen as well.
And I just get I get so angry all again because she didn't deserve it. She didn't ask for this. She didn't ask for this. The next morning, she got out of bed and went down to the kitchen, and I heard her scream, and I went down to see what was wrong, and she had her back turned, and she was crying, and I was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? She was like, I can't. She was just shaking furiously. I can't. I was like, well, you can't. She's like, I can't look at those stairs. And it was from that point where we realized like she couldn't even be in that house anymore.
And has it been hard and caused some strain in our relationship?
It is because, you know, there are times where she gets closed off. She can't communicate. And I get so angry all again because she didn't deserve it. She didn't ask for this.
So I agree, man. That Bun situation was wild. Shout out to his wife, Queenie, who is the one really going through that PTSD, and it's obviously affecting Bun as well. You know what I'm saying? You see a gangster rapper like that crying on the stand, it's got to be something, right? For real, for real. So DeMonte Jackson was finally sentenced. This was the first day of the hearing, and it continued and on to the next day. But he was sentenced to 40 years for this home invasion robbery. So he essentially will live the rest of his adult life, you know, in prison. He was late 20s, maybe 30, I believe, and you know, he sealed his fate. So Bun's wife couldn't even go back in the house. Luckily, nothing more serious happened to her physically, but the PTSD and the scarring mentally is still very, very serious, for sure. So hope that she continues to get the therapy and the care that she needs to continue to heal, bro, because that's wild. So it's been a long time, man. We haven't really had a lot to talk about with Keefe D, who has been put on trial for the murder of Tupac Shakur. But we actually do have some new clips to share that we're going to discuss. Let me see if I can get this set up for y'all. Oops, wrong one. I had a video. So I'll read what they're talking about. But retired LA PD detective, who you may have seen if you've been really engrossed in the Tupac, Who Killed Tupac coverage over the years, like me. He's been on a lot of it, but he said that Keefe D admitted to him that Diddy ordered these hits, said he wanted both Suge and that he wanted Shakur, Tupac, and Suge Knight, both dead. He put a hit out there for $1 million is what they're saying. But I thought I had a video. Give me a second. So a lot of people are thinking that in the midst of all this other stuff that Diddy's going through, that they're gonna try to make him the fall guy for this too. And Keefe D may be looking for a deal. All throughout this ordeal, he was reaching out to Puff, through the videos he was making, and it doesn't seem like Puff was reaching back out to him. So if there's any truth to what he's talking about, with Puff being able to be, linked to the Tupac Shakur murder, where they have evidence to kind of prove that beyond just what Keefe D says, then yeah, I could see this being a situation where it could get ugly for Diddy, and all that other stuff won't even matter because the murder, he's going away forever for sure. So yeah. So what do you think? You think Diddy has something to do with that, or you think they're just posturing for Keefe? I'm curious to know what you think, because I mean, it's a lot to think that Diddy, went as far as to order murder hits. It's one thing, all this, sexual assault on both men and women. That's kind of believable. I mean, seems like the type of guy who likes to party and would maybe get caught up in some situations like that. But the murder, man, it's crazy. I know there was the shooting that a lot of people say he was responsible for, dealing with a Shine back in 2000. But man, murder, bruh, I don't know. Especially a hit. It'd be one thing if you just got caught up, right? But to actually like mastermind a hit seems like a lot. So we got another one, man. So I'm gonna share my screen. Tell me, we're gonna continue patrolling the police, and this is what we got right now on this cop right here.
Oh, what the fuck? Hey, yo, what the fuck, yo? I got all that. Don't worry about it. I'm not touching them. Hey, yo, see this shit, yo? Hey, yo. I got all that, dumb. We got all.
So yeah, man, patrolling the police. So thank God for cell phone cameras. They out there. They caught it. Unfortunate situation to see a black man beating on a black man like that. I don't know what the guy did, but in the video he was doing nothing to justify that type of beating. The other cop did nothing to stop it. So yeah, we want to always make sure we could point that out when we see these types of things happening online, and let me know what you think. Do you think that cop should be suspended, fired? Do you think it was justified? I'm curious to know what you think about that. And if you ever see any clips of police misconduct or potential misconduct, please share them with us. Hell, you can even share with us videos of police doing the right thing, helping citizens, and doing what they're supposed to do. And if it makes the cut, we definitely want to be able to highlight that as well. So real quick, we want to patrol the police. We're still doing that, hyper vigilant about it. And also, quick update, we've been talking about Jeezy. So Jeezy and his now ex-wife, Jenny May, I don't know how you say her name, to be honest, but the one that liked dark meat on the side, she now has been freed from the dark meat as the entree, and can go back to having it as the French fries, the asparagus if you want to be a little healthier, whatever side you like. Their divorce has been finalized. Everything has been sealed, so there's no terms that have been released. But Jeezy made a nice statement saying that he valued his time with her and yada yada yada, that kind of thing. In spite of her saying that he was a violent person who put his hands on her, kept guns all over the house for their child to play with, and all types of other ugly things that came out during this process. They were only married for like 2 years, and 9 months ago, Jeezy filed for the divorce, and it seemed like it set her off. So he is freed from that situation, and he's able to go on and continue to raise his kids, and maybe find love other places. So did want to report on that. We reported on that several times. And then Kendrick Lamar. So if you know his song All Right, then you kind of know that it was like kind of like an anthem with regard to like some of the police misconduct and different stuff like that happened. So back in 2020, at the height of the George Floyd situation, Breonna Taylor, when all those things were taking place, an eighth grade teacher showed a video to his class, and it had that song, and it was talking about police who were accused of misconduct and just highlighting the brutality and racism. So a lawsuit was filed claiming that the teacher knew that one of the kids in the class had a family member, a father who was in law enforcement, and said that the video depicted the officers as murderers and contained other shockingly violent scenes and statements about police officers. So they allege that due to the boy's IEP, which is his educational plan for special education, that the teacher should have known that something like this would cause him emotional and psychological distress. Weirdly, the school board they've agreed to pay $100,000 to this child, um, which is wild to me because it seems like the threshold for getting your case heard in court and recovering money is much much lower for people who are affected by a documentary about the police, whereas people who are affected by police violence, specifically murder, have a much harder time getting in court due to the qualified immunity that the police are given for their conduct on the job. So, man, so they're going to get $100,000 just because they didn't like the video. So that sucks. But we're going to be all right, as Kendrick would say. And we're going to keep it pushing, keep it pushing. What else we got? Oh, man. So we always talk about Krishan Rock and Blueface. And we've talked about Antonio Brown a couple times on here. So what better situation for the two of them to come together, or the three of them, let's say, to come together? So, obviously we haven't talked about them as much because Blue's been locked up since January, but excuse the language that you're going to hear on here, but we want to show you kind of what's going on. So we're going to show you what Krishan was saying about, what's going on with Blue and her and things like that. So give me just 1 second. Here we go.
He drinks. Like, nobody's cheating. Pussy's still fucking hairy as fuck, growing. Like, this shit is, I can braid this shit that's on my, like, I'm holding you down, bro. I'm paying your bills. Like, you have to want to be here to benefit. You not. I'm not benefiting from this shit, but being here for him. Like, like, I love you. You love me. We want to work things out. Try this whole different atmosphere. Cool. That's great. I'm all down for it. So then we're on the phone and he keep talking about, so why didn't you go home? I was like, I told him why. He's like, well, he kept trying to like argue with me, and I was just like, bro, fuck you, bro. Like, what are you arguing with me for? I went outside. Well, da, 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 da. Bro, I'm not cheating on you, like, not like that, but like, we're grown, my nigga. Like, if you outside, when he used to go outside, cool. When I used to.
So she's talking about what was going on with them, how they kind of reconciling and whatever. And then feel how you feel about it. But this is what Antonio Brown had to say about it. I need a dumb AB like this, NGL. So that's what he had to say about it. A little bit brash in my opinion. But since that happened, there's been a new situation involving Krishan Rock where she actually got arrested while appearing in court in California. She got picked up on a warrant that was related to a case she had in Oklahoma, is what the speculation is. So she's in jail with no bond because she was a fugitive in Oklahoma. We talked about it before, related to some drug charges. Whack 100 kind of came out and said that he doesn't represent her, but he would help her on the strength of Blue if he asked, and but it basically there's nothing anybody could do because she doesn't have a bond. So in order to get out of jail, the judge has to give you a bond. Right now, she has no bond. It's likely she's going to be transferred back to Oklahoma from California, and at the time when she got picked up, she had her about 1 year old with her, and it seemed like it was something that was planned. Police were in place as soon as she walked into court. They took the baby, and now Blue's mom has reached out to Kim Kardashian, saying that we know you big police, big time justice person, and you want to make sure people get justice when it comes to incorrect sentencing and things like that. So she's asking for help to get the baby, to get, Blue out and all that stuff. So far, Kim hasn't responded, but that's where they are with that. Yeah, so posturing. Who you saying is posturing, Doc? Let me know. But I agree with you no matter what, though. I never not agreed with you yet. So I'm gonna ride with you till you give me a reason. I agree with you 100. And then another big story that's been online, man. So I don't know if you've seen it. Let me know. Have you seen what's going on with Young Thug? We finally got some stuff, man. Young Thug's lawyer was held in contempt and sentenced to 20 days in jail. I'm gonna show you why in a second. Give me a minute to pull the clip up, but let me know if you've already seen this because it was going viral for a little bit. Give me a sec. So essentially, there was a witness that was not wanting to testify, and as a result of this, he was taking the pleading the Fifth Amendment, which allows for you to refuse to answer questions because you don't want to incriminate yourself. So as a result of this, the Young Thug's lawyer, Brian Steele, came to the court and said that he had information that made him believe that the judge met privately with the prosecution, which is almost always improper, right? It's called an ex parte hearing. And in most instances, unless there's like some significant emergency, all parties are supposed to have an opportunity to be present for that interaction. If you've ever noticed, have you ever noticed, let me know, like when they call for like an objection or a sidebar, you'll see attorneys from both sides go up to the judge and they'll have a private conversation because everybody needs to know what's going on. It can't be a situation where that's not the case. So we have the video. I'm going to go ahead and play it of Brian Steele accusing the court.
Note that for purposes of record. Well, I'm going forward. What I was told was that Mr. Copeland said, and you haven't answered my question yet. I'm not. How did you answer that question? You're not. No, I will not answer that question. Why will you not answer that question? Because I want to make sure.
So he's asking them, where did you get this information? He's not denying that he had this conversation with the prosecution privately. He's just wanting to know where the information came from. So Brian Steele is like, nah, I'm not answering that question. So here you go.
That what I say is accurate, and I'm not trying to. No. I'm asking you, how did you get this information? I'm not telling the court. What I'm saying is based upon information. Okay, well, listen, if you don't tell me how you got this information, then you and I are going to have some problems. We can have this. I have problems right now. Okay, I know. Look, I don't want to know about your problems. Okay, at this point in time, all I'm asking you at this point in time is, how did you come upon this information? Look, if the case gets reviewed, the record's going to be available for our appellate court and for whatever reason. But it's disturbing that how somehow you have surreptitiously gotten information in regards to the court's private ex parte conversation with a party. I mean, a witness who was sworn in Friday, the court's telling, this is what I was told. If this is not true, not true. This court handed Mr. Copeland. Tell me how you got the information. Listen, whatever you want to do. Tell me how you got the information, then we can go ahead and go forward. I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to say is this. I was told, and I hope this concerns the court. It concerns me that you have proprietary information. Why is it proprietary? Or information that you should not be having that was ex parte. Why? With a party. Why? State of Georgia. How about the witness? How about Mr. Copeland, who supposedly announced he's not testifying and he'll sit for 2 years, and then supposedly this honorable court, or excuse me, let me rephrase that. This court supposedly said, I can hold you until the end of this trial Ms. Hilton supposedly said actually all of the defendants and then all 26 people are disposed of. If that's true, what this is coercion, witness intimidation, ex parte communications that we have a constitutional right to be present for. So I understand that you're upset towards me, but I don't know what I did.
Mr. Steele, I still want to know, how did you come upon this information? Who told you?
What I want to know is why wasn't I there? Why,
sir, I'm going to hold you in contempt if you don't tell me.
So the court is more concerned about who told him than for, him taking the time to, than him finding out and bringing it to the court that they did that. I'm not mad at Brian Steele at all. He came to the court. He put it all out there. He's like, this court is not honorable. He said, this honorable court, this court. You know what I'm saying? He's really advocating for Thug, doing his thing. And the court's now saying that if he does not provide information, they're going to hold him in contempt. So
tell me who this information was.
I don't want to be held in contempt. Well, I'm not answering that question. That's attorney-client privilege information. I am not
attorney-client privilege. Unless you were in my chambers, that's the only way you can figure out.
I tell
you what, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. If you don't tell me, if you don't tell me who it is, I'm going to put you. I'm going to put you in contempt because that is not attorney-client privilege.
Attorney work product privilege. I am not.
How did you get that information supposedly from my chambers? Did somebody tell you?
I'm not. You should have told me.
You got 5 minutes.
Well, I don't need it. I want to continue.
You got 5 minutes?
This is what I was told. Mr. Copeland made statements that he admitted to killing Donovan Thomas and was. Don't take my.
So
I know it's no.
So this is a big time accusation that he's making on the court right here, and the judge is not feeling it because, it really gives us the appearance of impropriety, and there may be some, honestly. So he didn't want Brian Steele. He didn't want the defense to know that this conversation happened, and when they found out, it bothered him. So as you heard, this is all about the witness not testifying. They take the witness in. They're talking to the witness, and all of a sudden, the witness is now willing to testify. Is what came out of this. So it's a big deal for sure. And then I'm looking for the video of what happened after the 5 minutes. So give me a second. And we'll pull that up. But let me know, what do you think? Do you think it's a big deal that a judge had a hearing with one side without the other side? I'd be curious to know what you say about that. So here's the video of the reaction to that previous video.
All right, take Mr. Steele into custody, please.
Still, it's like, I'm not going to prison with my coat on, bro.
Your Honor, would the court afford me 1 moment to confer with counsel regarding the appropriate remedy in this type of
Okay, all right.
May I say one thing, Your Honor?
Yes, sir, you certainly may.
Mr. Williams does not wish to go forward without me being here. You are removing me against his will, my will. You're taking away his right to counsel. and you're conducting material parts of this trial without me present, and I can't learn about it by watching online. So for that reason, additionally, I asked for a mistrial, and I assume you denied, but I'd like you to deny our motions for mistrial. You denied the other people.
I've denied your motion, but I'll certainly take that under advisement, sir. We're going to be in recess for the next 5 minutes.
So even till the end, Brian Steele was doing some savvy lawyering. He still wanted to get it on the record that he wants a mistrial. This judge has, decided to take it upon himself to remove him from being a part of the case. And he's saying for that reason, he's requesting a mistrial for that. It's a big deal. He ended up being sentenced to 20 days in jail that would be served on weekends. So that would be like up to 10 weekends. It was up to 20 days. He's no longer going to have to serve that time. He's out on bail. And they've said that the sentence is not going to have to be served. But, he's willing to go all the way for his client, man. So tell me, he's not a dope black lawyer, but he definitely is a dope lawyer. I salute him for his actions. And people all over the internet are like talking about how incredible it is that this judge would be willing to go to this length. It's very unheard of behavior for a judge in a case. People are saying that he should recuse himself from being a part of this case, possibly for improper conduct. And I don't disagree. I mean, every day it looks more and more like Judge Glanville and the prosecution have a shared agenda. Let's say that. And Doug's not getting a fair trial. The other defendants are not getting a fair trial. And just to even highlight it even more, the witness who they want to testify has been called to testify. And his name is Lil Woody. But he's not really here for that. He doesn't want to testify. So here's a little clip of him on the stand as well.
You rep, and you rep why? I sell a lot in your music.
Dang. Yeah.
Did you hear that? Do I need to bring it closer to you?
I heard him say I read YSL a lot.
And did you hear what your response was? Did you hear what your response was?
Yeah, gang.
All right. When you responded gang, what did you mean?
I responded gang.
You're saying you didn't say gang, you said game.
Gang.
GAME is what you're saying that you said?
Yeah, when he said YSL, gang.
So your testimony today is that you said game and not gang. I'm trying to get clear.
And
So this is it Lil Woody or Young Woody? This is Woody. And he's saying that he said YSL game, GAME, not gang, GANG. So they're trying to say that YSL is a gang and that they've committed crimes as a part of this organization that it's a gang. So therefore, Thug can be responsible for crimes that he didn't even necessarily commit as a part of the ongoing conspiracy of the gang. But he said, nah, I'm a rapper, and I said game. So that's, very, that's very interesting. It's along the lines of Thug being truly humble under God. But yeah, I mean, they're, but it's getting interesting. It's getting back interesting. Here's another clip. I just want to show you. It's been very, very dead for a while, but we got these clips now showing you kind of what's going on. So Brian Steele's back at it. This is a couple days after. This is yesterday. Um, the first video of him was on Monday, and
and make your record.
More about prosecutor or anyway. This is a record. This is important.
Okay, but it's your allegation and assertion, sir. Okay, so, well, we don't know that. We don't know whether or not they're true.
Going on every time Mr. Copeland comes in the courtroom or out of the courtroom, he's escorted by a DA's office investigator. You see that? This court is observant. You're not just sitting there in a cloud. You see exactly what's going on. You hear the prosecutor tell you, we were in a room with Mr. Copeland and he said these things. Why?
Okay.
Why do I have to bring up? You should be bringing up. This is crazy. This is like communist Russia. Mr. Williams is having the worst trial. So I am moving again to stop intimidating the witness by the prosecution, leave people alone, and stop accusing. You've allowed the prosecutor Love to accuse me of misconduct.
Oh, but you've also accused her of shop, so you can go ahead.
He's gonna defend his girlfriend, Miss Love, now. But yeah, so I mean, again, Brian Steele, he's going head up with the judge because he's saying they're intimidating this witness, and it seems that way if they're walking them in with the police investigators, DA investigators, they're basically threatening him with jail in order to try to elicit this testimony, but he's not really cooperating. I mean, this is the type of testimony he's giving them, and they're earning it to, trying to get whatever it is they want to get out of this witness. They're really going to have to earn it.
Coming to grab me. Every time they grabbed me, I had a different story for them. I know 100% facts, and I'm telling you now, I was not truthful. I was saying whatever they wanted me to say. I was saying whatever I could come up with. I was trying my best to convince them that I didn't do nothing, that I'm an innocent person, and that people put their hands on me. When they ask me about any of these things, you sitting here keep asking me step by step by step by step. And I'm telling you now, because you asked me, was I being truthful? Okay. I know I wasn't being truthful.
So is your testimony today that you lied in every interview that you did in 2015?
See, you the way you asking that, I don't recall what I was saying in the interviews, but I'm telling you now, when they was questioning me 2015, 14, whenever they was questioning me, I was lying. I was making up stories. So when they were asking me about this right here, I was making it up. When they were asking me about this right here, I was making it up. And when they was getting me and they were letting me go, I'm just telling you.
Do you recall telling every detective?
Every time they got me, I have told the police, I tell y'all whatever y'all want to hear, just let me go.
Do you recall telling every detective in every interview, you got to believe me, I'm telling y'all the truth? Okay.
That sound like me.
Do you recall telling every detective in
everything?
So police could lie. He's saying I can too. So the police was lying. I was lying. I was just trying to do whatever I had to do to get out of them situations. Whatever they wanted me to say, I would say it. So, and she's trying to rehabilitate him as a witness, but I cannot see how anything that he's saying is something that a jury is going to be able to take and use to convict. So I don't know, man. Here's another clip. I mean, it's a short one, but it's going to be the last one. But I mean, he's just on the stand at this point, just going for it. He's like, y'all making me come up here, threatening me. So this is the type of stuff he's saying on the stand.
Shannon Liddy.
Okay.
Shannon Liddy.
Okay. Little D from Cleveland or Little D your son?
He's not my son.
I know he's not your son, but that's what you said.
You say he's like my son.
So he up there going word for word with him. I mean, they don't seem to be having a good grasp on these witnesses they're making to testify. Keep in mind that God, I keep forgetting his name. Lil Woody is considered to be a co-conspirator who was not charged in the RICO. So he has no, they have nothing over him. Like, remember earlier witnesses who got deals, they could try to make them testify in a certain way. He's there. They subpoenaed him. He's testifying, but he's not going to lose anything. He has no deal. Maybe they'll charge him later on. Maybe probably not. If they thought they had something to charge him with, they would have done it already. And yeah, so based off of everything that I'm seeing, if I was in Thug's shoes, I would feel like my attorney's doing everything possible to get me out. One of the other co-defendants, same thing, because they all have great lawyers. There's a couple dope black ones up there as well, but they all have good lawyers from what I've seen, who are going, toe to toe with the prosecution and the judge at every step. So I'm not gonna say I don't care if Young Thug goes to prison, but I will say I don't want to see him get railroaded. So I appreciate the fact that he's got lawyers who are doing their job and seeking justice for him if needed, and doing, and if not, doing whatever it would take to present reasonable doubt so that a jury could not convict. So based off of everything that you've seen so far, do you think Thug is going to be found guilty or not guilty? I'd be curious to know. So yeah, man. So that's the show. But before we go, I want to say thank you for sticking with me. Still not feeling my best. We will be back next week. We're going to keep growing, keep doing more and more to make the show better and better. So always ready for any suggestions, information, things that you have, that questions that we can answer and make this show not my show, but it's our show. So I appreciate y'all, man, and I'll holler at you next time.